What is up, everyone? It is Blue here. How is everyone doing today? It's been a long time since I made a video like this, but yeah, we're back with another discussion. So this time we are going to be talking about, finally, Sonic the Hedgehog 4. If you guys don't know already, the logo has been revealed for Sonic Movie 4, as well as the release date. And this film is coming out on March 19th, 2027. So basically, when this film comes out, I'm gonna be a fossil at that point. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, man, it's just insane, right? Where like basically 3-4 movies are in now in this theatrical like Sonic universe, and it's like that's just a huge milestone, and it just proves to everyone that like people really do care about Sonic still, and they want to see more, especially with the new ideas they have in the movie series as well. Like people want to see more, including myself as well. And if you guys haven't seen my movie 3 review, go check it out, because I explain like, you know, my thoughts on movie 3 like thoroughly in that video, along with Goatware as well. So if you want to go check that out, you can. But yeah, basically what I want to talk about, right, is all of the concept art that came out, because at the time of this recording, right, Sonic Movie 3 has come out digitally globally. Right now, as we speak, right, there's like new stuff coming out from the film, like deleted scenes and new concept art as well. And all I'm gonna say is right now, it's just crazy like seeing the amount of ideas they had originally for the script of movie 3, and just seeing like all of these amazing art pieces of like, you know, what was originally going to be in the movie. Like for example, Shadow was meant to not sacrifice himself at one point, you know, the Ark was going to destroy itself, which I'm going to say right here, I just love the visuals of it, you know. It has like some sort of like, you know, galactic sort of like ring around the Ark as it explodes. It's just a great visual. It's just juicy stuff like that I love about films, where like you hear like, you know, how the movies we see are made. And that's what I just love about, you know, behind the scenes stuff about films that I love, especially. So just seeing all these amazing ideas and just seeing like, you know, how big of a movie Sonic 3 was originally gonna be at first, it's just a crazy sight to behold. It really is. And that leads into me talking about movie 4 now, because I just want to talk about this shot right here, because this is just interesting to me. So obviously we have Metal Sonic there, you know, we got the boy, and next to him we have this like, I guess some sort of like tribes woman, like, all right, I'm back again. So I just want to quickly come in here and just say that this is Eggman, not a woman. I don't know how I came to the conclusion that this is indeed a woman. So if you hear me refer to, you know, a she, or like, you know, she did it, and, you know, just a woman in general, just to let you know, I am talking about Eggman here. Anyway, what's cool is that this is like a King Eggman right here, like he's taking over the world, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I mean, I guess it is my fault for not looking at the image properly, because I just assumed that, oh yeah, it's just a bold woman. But like, at the same time, the guy has a mustache. What the f is wrong with me? I don't know what's going on here, but all I want to focus on is mainly the background, because it looks like that this is like a dystopian sort of like world that these guys are in now. And also there's this shot right here of Amy helping Sonic out as well. So basically like, you know, similar to how the post-credit scene of movie 3 plays out, where she taken down like some sort of like egg robo, which sort of looks like the egg robo in movie 2, but it looks like they had like some sort of like dystopian feel with it, because the head of it is like, it has one eye, similar to like, you know, the Death Egg robots in Forces, the Super Badniks. And I guess it just, you know, makes sense for me to talk about like, you know, what I think personally is going to happen in movie 4, as well as like, you know, predictions and theories that I have as well. Obviously this movie is going to take inspiration from CD and Heroes as well, but maybe it could possibly take inspiration from 06 as well as the Sonic OVA as well, if you guys watched that, because again, this movie is going to be heavily based around time travel. These two art pieces, it looks like that these guys are in a dystopian future or a dystopian timeline. So maybe Amy and Metal Sonic are from the future, obviously, right? And then they somehow go back in time after like some sort of fight, or maybe they use the time stones to like go back in time, and then they meet Sonic at the end of, you know, movie 3, you know, where Amy saves him, and then we see those hundreds of like Metal Sonic clones as well. It could be like a Dragon Ball, you know, storyline with future Trunks, where like, especially Amy, where like she's basically the Sonic of that timeline, and she goes back in time to like get Sonic's help, right, after hearing about, you know, him being alive, or somehow her like hearing about how to go back in time somehow as well. They get help from Team Sonic, and then Metal Sonic becomes the big bad of the movie 4, and like that can lead into maybe Neo Metal Sonic or Metal Madness or Metal Overlord as well. If they really want to go ham with it, which I won't lie, if they do that, I'm going to be jumping out my seat like I did with movie 3, because Heroes, if you guys don't know, is one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. Yes, it has problems, but I just love the world, the aesthetic, especially the level design and the gameplay as well. Even though it doesn't have much of a story, like, I do love Neo Metal Sonic in there. He's great. Which also leads into this theory as well, right? Where, like, this is the timeline where Eggman maybe kills Sonic, you know? Maybe he takes Sonic's quills, transfers it into Metal Sonic, and maybe that way Metal Sonic can, you know, copy Sonic's personality, his tropes, his characteristics, incorporate that into his system, exactly like the OVA. So Metal Sonic knows all of Sonic's moves, his skill set, things that he likes, everything as well. Even though this sounds a bit dark and it sounds a bit more like a stretch, maybe Metal Sonic takes out Knuckles and Tails as well, and could potentially dethrone Eggman too. And then it can lead into the hero story arc where everyone comes from the present timeline. They have to go to the future and stop Metal Sonic. And then Amy is basically like the quote-unquote, like, you know, saving grace of that timeline, where she's basically like a freedom fighter of sorts, and she's going around taking down all the, you know, the egg drones. And or what could have happened is that, yeah, if they want to take inspiration from Dragon Ball, have like different Metal Sonics. So not only just have the main one, but you got 3.0, you got Neo Metal Sonic as well, you have Metal Overlord, you got the Chrome Metal Sonic. Like, have these different variations of Metal Sonic, right, as like different like ideas or different androids pretty much, right, modeled after Sonic himself obviously, and then have it like, you know, them taking over the entire world along with like Eggman maybe. The possibilities for movie 4 are endless, and all I'm gonna say is, right, I'm just really excited for this movie, all right? Even though I'm gonna be like a fossil by the time I see it, I'm excited to see what they cook up. Like, honestly, this sounds ambitious, especially with the whole time travel gimmick as well. So basically like a mix of things, right? Dragon Ball 06 as well, even CD, like just like go into one distinct dystopian future, stay there for a bit, see what other issue, you know, are rectified or whatever, destroy that threat, and then Team Sonic can come back to their present timeline, and then we can see maybe the consequence of them, you know, changing the timeline. Or what they could do, right, is another theory, is maybe they could do like a Goku Black situation where like Sonic and Shadow, right, fight Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is weak at first, and then as time progresses, as they keep jumping back and forth to the present and future, Metal Sonic, you know, learns all of Sonic's techniques, his moves as well. Again, like the OVA where he copies Sonic's data, especially if they, you know, bring the Master Emerald to the future as well, where like Metal Sonic can do what Shadow did in movie 3, like take the emeralds out of Sonic and Shadow, and then use the power of the emeralds to turn into Mecha Sonic Mark II, you know, the golden version where he gets the power of the emeralds. If you play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, if you play Knuckles' campaign, the final boss is basically like a super Mecha Sonic. And then maybe Sonic and Shadow potentially might go hyper. Like, I know that sounds like more of like a stretch, but maybe they turn the emeralds into super emeralds, they go hyper, like, and yes, I do get the skill branch issue, you know, like, obviously you can't have every movie a threat getting more powerful and then Sonic and Shadow finding, you know, new super forms to take that threat down, you know. That's the same issue I've got with Dragon Ball, where like every time there's a new threat, it's always stronger than the last. Obviously I don't want them to, you know, like go Ultra Instinct or something. I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe for like a split second or for just one scene or something, maybe have Hypersonic. Because all I'm saying is, right, if Hypersonic's return after 30 years now, right, if his grand return is in a movie, right, a theatrical movie at that, do you know how insane that would be? Again, the possibilities for movie 4 are endless. They really are. So all I'm gonna say is I'm excited for movie 4, what they have cooking up. And again, this movie sounds ambitious, like the whole time travel gimmick of them going to like the past and future. And I love that about these movies, where like every movie, right, it's always better than the last one. So the insane potential Sonic movie 4 has against movie 3 and 2, it's just, you know, surreal to see, you know, it really is. But yeah, man, this is where I leave it off to you guys. What do you guys think about movie 4? What are your thoughts and predictions? Are you guys excited for this movie, or do you guys have some issues with the movie? Please let me know down in the comments below, because I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And with all that said, chat, that is it for me. That is my thoughts and feelings on movie 4 as of this current moment. I might make a follow-up video in the future if something else comes up, or if there's something else that, you know, piques my interest. And if you want to check out some stuff behind the scenes, or what I do, you know, IRL, or just any update in general, then please go follow my Twitter and Instagram down in the description below. I'm very active on those two platforms, so it will really help me out if you guys can go follow those and see what I do. So yeah, with all that said, guys, I'm gonna dip out of here. Thank you all for watching today's video, and I shall see you guys all in the next one. So until then, take care, have a great day, peace.